like we talk about Noonan and we talk about Melia, and then there's Owen Elding, who looks like he's switching to Ireland from England, and now he's linked with Juventus. Probably the unsung of the three. Doesn't get talked about nowhere near as enough now. I know it's his first season coming in, and he's a little bit older than them. But yeah, your thoughts on him? And you would have saw him against Bows when he scored that screamer last week as well.
Like it's great when you see a player who, like, I didn't know much about Owen Elding before this season. When you see a player grow into that kind of stature of kind of carrying a club like Sligo, and I know they have other good players. I don't want to kind of make it out like they have, a terrible team. And I think actually that match against Rovers kind of showcased some of those players, the likes of Jada Kiki, James McManus gone on loan, and Will Fitzgerald. But back to Owen Elding, he's really grown into his skin as like a top player in the League of Ireland, and I do think that is a factor in that he's not a teenager anymore. He's 20 years old, and some people for some reason seem to think that that's a knock on him. And look, it means that he is more of a developed player, of course. And I think, I don't want to say it's no shock that he's being linked to big clubs. It is a huge shock that he's being linked to the likes of Juventus. But I hope it happens. I'd love to see a player go over to Italy and such a top club like that. And Steve, I know you have your ear to the ground when it comes to European football. You know that young players do go to Juventus and succeed.
Yeah, because Juventus have a really good loaning system. Like they loan a lot of players out to Serie B and then these lower table Serie A sides. So I think if he's going to go somewhere like a European giant, I think Juve is a nice place to go. Get to go live in Italy. I just think it's a great move for a young player, especially if he goes out on loan. But look, maybe he doesn't go out on loan. Maybe he keeps on scoring for Sligo. He goes to Juve and somehow makes it into the squad. You never know. These things can happen so fast. But what a player! And I think the difference is with him, it's because he's down in Sligo. If he was at a Dublin club, you'd be hearing loads of people raving about him. That's the big difference here. Let's be honest.
As they say outside of Dublin, the Dublin media.
Yeah,
exactly.